What's up guys, Steve here. Welcome back to my channel. So we're going over unexpected expenses that you may accrue while you're running your Turo fleet. So let's get right into it. Okay, so coming in as a new host, you may be all excited. You just got your car, you just got it listed, you got your first booking, and you're not really quite sure what to expect from all this. Now there are some expenses that do pop up that may not have come up right off the bat. You may have a car that's not equipped with keyless entry or going from your phone remotely. So one of the things that you may want to get are simple lock boxes. These ones hang on your window and you can actually put in your own little code and boom, you can get the keys. Now you do need Faraday bags with these. Faraday bags are a RF blocker, so that way you can't just unlock the car and basically start the car with the key hanging outside the window. That'd be bad. Now there's multiple ways to use these things depending on where your car is located. You can hide the box or you can put it in the glove box, leave your car unlocked, depending on how you go about this. I wouldn't suggest leaving the car unlocked with the key inside if you're in sketchy parts of the neighborhood. But depending on where you're at, you may be able to do this. You can also hide this box. You can actually get a smaller box just like it that'll do the same thing, and it's easier to hide. But it all depends on how you want to go about this. I've also seen them mounted to the bumpers of cars. I'm not a huge fan of that, and there's a bracket you can actually get to mount it to the license plate holder on the rear. It's just kind of a goofy way that I've seen it. You can obviously tell it's there. But if you're in a really nice luxury car and you see this lockbox on the back of the car, you're gonna be kind of like, whatever. But I guess at the same time, if you're doing a luxury car, you're not using these lock boxes. It's gonna be more for the economy cars, such as my Mazda, the Hyundai, anything like that. So that's one expense that you may come across that you didn't really think about before. You're definitely gonna have to do things like car washes. Always remember that in the back of your head. Whether you do a monthly subscription, you're getting car wash products, cleaning products and doing it yourself. That's gonna take time, it's gonna take money. Figure out which one's gonna work best from you. Me personally, I go through a car wash, so I get a monthly subscription per car, and this just makes it so much easier. But if you realize that your cars are going out for longer periods of time, and you're paying 30 bucks for a monthly car wash, your car's gone for a month at a time, you're kind of losing money here. I mean, it's nice, you can tell the renter, hey, just run through the car wash anytime you want. 9 times out of 10, the renter's not gonna care, they're not gonna do that, so why throw away that 30 bucks a month when you can do just a nice spray-on wash and wax type product. It's not the most ideal product, especially if you have black cars. I wouldn't recommend it. You're gonna start getting those swirls, all that kind of stuff. So just kind of figure out what you got going, what kind of cars you got, and just go that route. There's definitely ways you can cut down on cleaning expenses. Sometimes in the summertime, depending on where you're at, it may be just as simple as wiping the bugs off the grill and the hood and cleaning the windshield, and you are done. A little bit of Windex and a rag and set. Next trip, minus cleaning the interior. But that brings me to the next point. Make sure you have the products to clean the interior. Vacuum, you can get a portable vacuum, battery operated one, or if you have power next to you, you can, get a shop vac, whatever you need. But it's one of those things that's going to come up. You're gonna have to do this on the regular. Next thing that comes up, depending on where you're at, what plan you choose, you may have an accident with your car. It sucks when it happens, and if you're fighting the guest with it, you may have this deductible. So make sure you have this money set aside. If, depending on which plan you're on, it's $250 up to $2,500 for that deductible per incident. Most times you can actually work it out with the guest and they'll cover it with their own insurance, but the insurance is there and the deductibles are there just in case something happens to your car. So now you have your out-of-pocket expenses to get your car back up on the road. As well as if you have payments on these cars, make sure you got that money stacked away just in case you're down for a month and a half or so, because let's face it, collision centers are getting swamped. They're having a hard time getting new parts, labor, so your car is possibly getting backed up, at least a month and a half, depending on how bad the accident was. So you got to remember, these things are coming out of pocket, whether it be a small windshield chip or full-on repair from somebody getting rear-ended or the renter rear-ending someone else, and now you got the front end damage. Other expenses that you may come across, depending on the area you're at, if you're trying to keep your cars at the airport, which I know they're kind of still working with this. Some airports allow it, some don't. You got to be really careful and check out, make sure that your airport does allow this. But if you are close to an airport, you're paying for parking. And this could be anywhere you're at, even if you're not near an airport, just trying to figure out, hey, where am I gonna park these cars? Can I pay somebody that has a big parking lot that they don't utilize? You know, because I'm not just gonna leave them in the Walmart parking lot and say, hey, go pick up the car. I have a feeling that's not gonna last long and you're gonna run into issues pretty quick. So parking is a big one. Now the other ones that you're not really thinking too much about is the maintenance. It's gonna be your oil changes, brakes, anything that has to be maintained on the car, or if a check engine light comes on. You cannot send that car out with the check engine light on. So make sure you're putting away for those unexpected or expected. If it's an oil change, you know it's coming up, but those unexpected extra costs. I had my accent go out and the passenger airbag light came on. And it's one of those things that I could not send this car out and legally be protected with Turo because it's a safety issue. And all it was just a sensor saying that there's no one in the passenger seat. So if there was somebody in there, it had the potential of not setting off that airbag. I don't want that liability, so you just get it fixed. But it's one of those things that could pop up. Anything that comes on, check engine light, anything safety related, you're gonna have to fix these. So some of these other expenses that may come up are your registration. Anything that's gonna be annual, anything that's gonna be, like I said, the maintenance, the tires, anything like that, just keep track of all this stuff. And make sure at the end of the month, you're always putting money away for that registration. You're always putting money away for those unforeseen expenses. You don't want to just be blowing this money right off the bat. It's not 100% pure profit. You got to make sure you got a little cash stacked in the bank, right? Just in case something does pop up or this car does not go out for extended periods of time due to accidents. For the most part, this is pretty straightforward. You guys will start seeing things that come up and you can actually kind of predict what's going to happen or when you need to do oil changes or anything like that, so you can actually plan ahead and make sure this runs smoothly. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that has come up that you guys have seen that I didn't go over. The biggest thing is going to be those cleaning expenses and the maintenances that you're not really thinking of, or those oil changes that you start doing more frequently than you would normally do in your personal car. So it's things that pop up that just kind of sneak up on you, don't really think about it, and you didn't plan ahead, so now all of a sudden you're digging for cash trying to make it happen. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys have come up with, and also if you guys want to see any kind of like budgeting video, how to budget your Turo business or how to keep track of all your finances, by all means let me know in the comments. I'll put something out for that too. As always, thanks for the support. Definitely do everything you need to down below, and there's also helpful links to get you what you need to down there as well. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.